You buy the white dress, you say, I do, and you think it's going to last forever.
Because they tell you it's going to.
But it doesn't.
But sometimes it just doesn't. And what you thought was a fairy tale romance turns into a dreadful divorce, which can be one of the most difficult and heart-wrenching experiences of your life.
Marcia Sherrill is the founder of VictoryOverDivorce.com.
You go, girl.
And psychologist Michelle Callahan is a contributor to Women's Health magazine.
Ladies, welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us. You went through a very painful divorce. I know you ended up homeless and broke and just down and out.
I did. And from owning a business with my ex-husband, I was in the handbag business, and we owned it together. And from the pages of Vogue and Elle and Town & Country to being homeless was sort of a shocker for me.
And how much time did it go from that?
Well, the divorce lasted about 2 years, in which we pleasantly lived together in a war zone, not unlike Bosnia. War of the Roses, exactly. Yeah. But with Victory or Divorce, what I'm trying to show to women is that you can be even happier. You go back and remember your happiest moment in your life, you can be double that kind of happiness.
But it is hard to prepare, isn't it, for something like this, Michelle?
It is scary.
It's really, really hard to prepare for. You never see it coming, and even if you thought you did, you're thinking, I'm doing all I can to preserve the situation, to keep it from happening. So when it does happen, you really have to take care of yourself because you can easily fall apart.
Well, it's funny because sometimes it's not the big things that are so painful, but it's the little tiny things.
You mean like that he cleaned out a certain bank account and you didn't know it or something like that?
That's a big thing.
That's your favorite things, and when you're dividing things, sometimes people take things just
because they know you love it, they really care about it.
Like an oil painting that I had done to my daughter. Well, the hardest part, and I think for most divorcees, is the threat that you're going to lose your children, and you're not. But you think, I take Prozac. So did I. You sleep late. So do I. You're a workaholic. So am I.
In other words, a case will be made that you were an unfit mother.
An unfit mother, or like the Alec Baldwin case, I think it was sort of parental alienation syndrome, which has been debunked. So it's frightening. I think it's mostly financial for women that they're going to be left. They're going to be left poor down and out. I was homeless, and I'm back doing my own handbag line now. So you can overcome it, but when you're in it, it is so terrifying and so scary. And so many women have thoughts of suicide, and if they didn't have their children, I don't know if they'd even have the will to go on, but there's hope.
Yeah, what's a way to kind of get out of the weeds when you've just gone through a divorce and things aren't looking great for you, like a lot of women who are watching?
Several things you should do. The first thing you should do is really work on healing. A lot of people are wary of going to get therapy, counseling, see somebody.
Afford it, though.
Or can't afford it, but there's low cost. And if you can't afford it, then see someone in your church or your synagogue, wherever you go. See someone, or rely on a really good friend, not the ones that's going to throw it in your face, but someone who can really support
share it with everybody else in town.
And then work on creating a new identity for yourself. You've been tied to someone else for so long, so you almost don't have your own goals. You don't have your own vision for your life. You need to recreate those things. There's nothing wrong with also doing things on the outside. Getting yourself a makeover, making over your space, creating all the things that you ever may have wanted to do that you didn't do, even with your own career. This could be an opportunity for you to try something you always wanted to try, but you always felt like your role was a different role as the wife, and now you get to create a new role.
You shouldn't blame yourself, because I think there's a lot of self-blame that goes on. You spend a lot of time analyzing what you may have done wrong.
We beat ourselves up so badly, and we think we could have stopped it, we could have prevented it. There's something more we could have done.
Well, when the husband often walks away with the 20-year-old secretary, what are you supposed to think?
Exactly, and then you go to court and the judge says, get a job and you haven't worked in 20 years, or get a job and you were a graphic designer before there was technology.
It's tough.
It's hard. But it's really about empowering yourself, and I think Michelle is so right. It's about thinking, what is the thing that I always wanted to do? I always wanted to be a chef. I always wanted to be a florist. Look at it as an opportunity. And the second life is the best life.
All right. I love that. I'm sorry.
God, it's
fantastic. She's a lot happier now.
I like her. I like them both a lot.
Thanks so much,
Michelle.